The following portion of Daytime Tri-Cities is sponsored by State of Franklin Healthcare Associates. Once again, it is time to meet your provider. Today it was State of Franklin Healthcare Associates, and I'm with pediatric specialist Dr. Christopher Leeds. Doctor, it's great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Looking forward to this conversation because, I have two children, and they're kind of grown now, but they came here. This was where they came for their pediatric care. Talk to me about what led you into pediatrics.
Well, I kind of had an open mind. I never thought I would be a doctor. My dad was a doctor, but I graduated from college in creative writing.
Oh, wow.
And took a little time after school, and I learned that creative writing wasn't going to be a quick job. So I went back to school and came up to ETSU, Quillen College of Medicine, for school and fell in love with Johnson City.
Right.
And while I was there, I learned of myself that I really liked taking care of children more than any old grown-ups.
It takes a special person, in my opinion. It takes a very special person to have that compassion and that want to dealing with children every day, because it is a different type of medicine than dealing with grown-ups.
It sure is. It's a lot more focused on preventive care, trying to prevent a lot of the things that adults ultimately suffer from or encounter health-wise. And it's a very honest type of care. I mean, for the children that I see, oftentimes when they're sick, they're really sick, and when they're well, they can't trick you. They're happy and healthy, and they respond very well. So it is a different sort of angle on care rather than treating a lot of involved illnesses. For the most part, it's preventing more involved illnesses.
And y'all are able to offer through State of Franklin Healthcare Associates a wide range of pediatric services all across the Tri-Cities region, not just here in Johnson City.
That's correct. I'm with Johnson City Pediatrics, but there are other pediatric groups, First Choice Pediatrics, Riverside Pediatrics, Kingsport Pediatrics. So we have multiple pediatric groups all through the Tri-Cities, as you said.
And you're an educator on the education side of things as well with ETSU.
Yes, well, I very much enjoyed my medical education at Quillen, and so whenever I can, I like to try to have students here to our clinic who can see what we do on a day-to-day basis and figure out if that might be for them.
Let's switch gears just a little bit and talk about your personal life. Let's talk about your family, because you have a family, you have a wife and children.
Yes, I do. I'm from Memphis, and my wife and I met there. And while I was going to medical school here, she was back in Memphis. We were long distance dating. But once we married, we have moved here, and my kids all went to school here. Now my I have 3 daughters. They're all grown, and they live in Nashville now. And they're all besties and hang out together, which is really cool for me.
That gives you a reason to go to Nashville.
It sure does, and we do that. But my wife and I are empty nesters now. We're here in Johnson City.
So when you had the children all at home, what were some fun things that you all like to do?
My daughters and my wife and I all share a love for the outdoors. So we backpack together. We all enjoy music very much. So as a family, we go to music festivals. We camp. We spend time down at the Nolichucky River. We like to take walks. We just like to be outside.
And empty nesters now, still doing those same things?
My wife and I take walks together. I, on my own, I still play soccer a few times a week, and I like to play disc golf a lot.
Okay, so a lot of great hobbies there. All right. Looking to the future, when you look back when you first started in pediatrics and you look down the road, what has changed from when you first started, and what do you see coming up for pediatrics down the road?
Oh, that's a great question. I think more of what we talked about just a few seconds ago, there's more and more involvement in preventive care. Over the years, a lot of what I did was taking care of colds and the flu and sore throats and putting in stitches and those sorts of things that were acute illnesses. Now, as time has gone, I've been in practice here 25 years. There are more and more involved medical care options for preventing illnesses such as vaccines, such as preventive medicines, preventive dietary practices, and so forth, that are doing a great job of keeping kids out of the clinic, which seems like it would be counterproductive for me, but I love it. I think it's wonderful to preserve good health.
Because you love seeing those children, but the less you can see them, the better.
That's right, sure.
All right.
Checkups are great.
Absolutely. Dr. Christopher Leeds, thank you so much for taking some time with us today.
It's been my pleasure.
Dr. Christopher Leeds, our Meet Your Provider with State of Franklin Healthcare Associates. The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by State of Franklin Healthcare Associates.